Hey everybody, it's Lon.TV. It's another year. That means another trip to CES and another year. I am very grateful to Silicon Dust, the makers of the HDHomerun, for sponsoring our content this year. And we have this annual thing where I sit down with Ted Head. Ted, how you doing?
Good to see you again, as usual.
See you again. And Ted and I just talk about what they're up to with their product line, because this is a product that kind of launched my channel. It was something that I bought. And it solved a big problem in my house, which was the cost of my cable box rentals. And I bought an HDHomerun Prime, and I got rid of all the Comcast equipment in my house. I saved a bunch of money, and I got a lot of flexibility out of this product. We've covered probably now hundreds of hours of content about these things, and it's a product that I'm really happy to sponsor. And what we do every year is we just talk about where the product line is, what's new and what's coming out. And I'm sure a lot of you had some questions about some things that might be on the horizon, so we're going to hopefully address all of that as well. So Ted, maybe we should start off by looking at where have we come since last year when we sat down together.
Definitely. So as you know, we've got a little bit of an upgrade to a different venue here at CES this year. So we're not on the deep couch where our legs just kind of stick out straight anymore. So
and what's funny is that every year you don't know which interview it was, because we had 3 years in the same, in different rooms, but the same hotel.
The same exact sofa and all that. Yep. But it's been great. So 2018 was a wonderful year. A lot of new things coming. A lot of things that are still on the horizon that are coming out, and we'll talk about all those different items. But it was a year of premium TV coming out, so where we offered over-the-top cable TV channel service that kind of complemented what we had from a full over-the-air for all the cord cutters. Cord cutting is certainly a huge, continually growing concept, and so a lot of what we do is for that cord cutting concept. I mean, as the innovators of network-attached technology, we want to make sure we continue that tuner concept across the entire home network in all aspects that we possibly can, whether it be over-the-air, cable TV, or over-the-top content to give you that additional content to supplement those channels that you may not get once you cut the cord.
And premium TV, you have to have a box to start with, and then it's a subscription cost that you get. And then it streams through just like all your other stuff does.
It does, and the reason that we put it the way we did it, we're not the typical app solution that a lot of services are out there right now. We wanted to do it a little bit differently. We wanted it to be a unified solution. We wanted to make sure, number one, you can record it with our DVR engine. We wanted to make sure that all the content, the imagery, and the program IDs, everything was all in the same lineup. So when you look at the HDHomerun and you look at our free live TV app, you have all the channels that come out, the patented slice view that pulls out for that guide data for that channel, scroll up and down in that same time area. Now HDHomerun Premium TV content is all unified in there. Just as it was if you had an over-the-air or and a cable card product, it would all unify. You'd see 2, 2.1, 2.2, 2.3, all in there to know that you're all in one lineup. So you can set your recordings and it finds the programming. Now it can find also all of that over-the-top content, those cable TV channels that we're presenting over the internet.
And that stuff also works with Plex and some of the other apps that are out there too. So it just shows up like any other, it shows up as an over-the-air channel, but it's actually coming in through the internet, right?
Exactly, and what we want to make sure we do, I mean, we have an ecosystem. We have HDHomerun, tuners, DVR, premium TV, cable TV, all those different solutions, and some new stuff we'll talk about in a moment, but we don't close our system. We want to make sure that, as we always have, our whole idea is to be able to open it up for customer choice. So customer is a Plex user and they want to be able to work with Plex, they can set it up and work with Plex. Channels app, all these different people that do things that we work with and approve, MB. So they have different setups in their home, whether it be consumer all the way to the heavy-duty prosumer type of person who set up a huge NAS. NAS boxes, of course, can be cumbersome and difficult. So we have some things that we've done to hopefully solve that problem.
And so now it's out there, it's available to people. Was there some issues with some channels that you're working through still?
Yeah, so I mean, premium TV, of course, it's a package of different channels, and as happens with the actual upstream content, there's negotiations that happen. Certain channels are in a negotiation right now on the upstream side. It happened during the holidays. Those things happen. Depends on when that original content was first set up. So we're working through it right now. Customers are getting a $10 discount on the program, and so we're making sure that they have the opportunity to feel that there's still a wonderful value. It's still cheaper than any other solution out there, or comparable to the lowest, but giving you enough content to make it very worthwhile. It's a great concept, including things like ESPN and different channels out there.
What I like about it is that the content, as it's recorded off of cable or off of the premium TV, if you will, is available in other applications. So it's not copy protected. You can use it with Plex or MB or another platform, and you're not restricted to your own app for that either.
Correct. Yeah, a lot of cable providers, even though the HDHomerun Prime was always a huge flagship, it still will be in the future, type of product. A lot of the providers are doing copy protection, DRM content, blocking those channels that they can't really leave and be, either copied or used, or a lot of limitations. We support that type of stuff within the Prime ecosystem, but with this gives the ability for the cord cutter, someone who's left that subscription-based cable TV, long-term commitment, into getting a month-to-month commitment to look at stuff they can record on our ecosystem or other ecosystems without that DRM protection.
Platform agnostic, I guess.
Exactly. We like to be that way, as much as possible. We have open APIs. We allow customers that we could approve with the right concept to be able to come in and develop around it and make it work, and that's where a lot of these other companies have done that.
So we have some new stuff here on the desk.
Yes.
So we have this is your tuner that was announced. This was last year.
So this came out, the end of 2017, in Q4. So
right.
We switched to a 5th generation product. So we started this doing in 2007, as we talked about several times, and then in the end of 2017, we introduced the 5th generation of our over-the-air tuners. So that's the HDHomerun Connect Duo, HDHomerun Connect Quattro, which launched globally. So both in the ATSC as well as DVB markets across all different markets like Europe and everywhere else. And it's sleeker, slimmer, smaller, and it kind of gives you that form factor that you see here.
Especially if you want to add more, you're not having these stack better.
These stack better,
yeah.
And all of that.
Right.
But you see behind it,
there's some bigger stuff.
There's some bigger stuff coming out,
so
but still in the same form factor.
Now, what's this one?
So now we talked about a few minutes ago the NAS box. The storage, how do we work with recording the content? So HDHomerun is always started as an out-of-the-box live TV solution to be able to work with the customers, let them look at their live TV, get their antenna hooked up, and watch that live TV, and then choose to go to a DVR service and figure that out. We always recommended a NAS box because you can get more there. You don't need to delete all the time and manage it. But not everybody likes the idea of a NAS box. They can be fairly difficult. Or you have an always-on PC that you can record to.
A lot of power consumption there.
Easy, but it's not green.
Right.
It's not the best solution. And then you can kind of cobble in a USB hard drive somewhere here or there. We're a network-attached company. We innovated the network-attached TV tuners. So when we came out with them in 2007, we decided to stay in that space across the board. It's obvious we would come out with network-attached storage. So now, not a NAS, but a storage module. This one right here happens to be, we introduced last year the concept of a Duo Plus. So that was supposed to be a 2-tuner with 256 gig flash. Once we got into the flash concept, it became too difficult.
Right. Cheap flash doesn't like to be rewritten too many times.
It doesn't, and and then you get into Pro Flash, price prohibitive for the customer. We chose to now go a full 1 terabyte, 2.5-inch spindle drive built inside the product, plus 2 tuners. So this is the new HDHomerun Scribe Duo. So the Duo means it still has the 2 tuners built inside, and Scribe, of course, is the concept of recording. So the HDHomerun Scribe Duo now has 2 tuners, 1 terabyte of storage built in, with the HDHomerun DVR engine built in, and it also gives you a free 1 year of our DVR service. That's a $35 value right out of the box. If you're already a subscriber, great. It'll help you for your next renewal. But if you're brand new, out of the box, all-in-one solution, watch live TV over the air. It has the ability to work with premium TV because it is a tuner. You can get the DVR, which you'll sign up for, and then you have that 1 year free, all stored right here on this one box.
And so if you have one of these already, so let's say you have a Quattro with 4 tuners, then you buy the drive and the 2 tuner box, now you've got 6 tuners.
Now you have 6 tuners, and specifically on this, you can record up to 4 streams onto it. So if you have 6 tuners going, then 4 of them can be dedicated to recording and 2 can be dedicated to viewing.
So you do 4 at one time, given the drive speed.
Exactly. So what this does, it gives you that out-of-the-box solution. All in one, you're right there. If you start to grow or look at other options, we now are also introducing the HDHomerun Servio. If you'll notice, there's no RF.
Tuner on that one.
There's no tuners in here. This is now a 2 terabyte storage module, network attached storage module that gives you basically the DVR engine also built into it. And so you get also, if you buy this, it's a 1 year free of the DVR as well. You buy them both, you get 2 years of DVR. Go ahead and use them up. You know, that's fine.
So you keep adding on, you'll keep adding on.
Keep adding on.
And these will stack like anything else.
It'll stack. It'll all work in my.hdhomerun.com. They'll all be discovered in that page. That's our utility page.
So if I fill this one up, it'll just automatically go to the other one.
It'll go to the other one. So, and you can fill them up, you can keep adding, you can play back from all of them. So if you have them all full up, you can continue to play back from them. So if you went out and bought the Scribe Duo with 1 terabyte, came back and bought the Servio at 2 terabytes, you've just tripled your storage.
And does this record the same number of active streams at the same time as well?
Yes, so it also do an additional 4. So if you have both of them,
so
now you can record 8.
Got it. So it works in many ways like the tuners do, that once you run out of recording slots, add another recorder, you've got.
Exactly.
But it'll integrate in my guide, I'll see everything. Even if I have, let's say this one recorded 2 episodes of a show and this one did the other one, they'd all show up together.
It'll all show up together. So when you look at your recorded page on on the DVR app, it'll show you all the recordings across all storage on your network.
Now what do these cost?
So the HDHomerun Scribe Duo, that's going to be launching at $199. The HDHomerun Servio is going to launch at $149. So great pricing and a great solution to come in. These are already in production. So last year when we introduced the concept, we were just looking at how to do storage and get all this done to be able to get it out to the customers. Premium TV took over priority to get that out because we thought that was a great, excellent service. Now we have an all-in-one solution that takes over-the-air, ability to do premium TV, ability to record right on the device, and now you have a full all-in-one solution that we can get. It's in production now, planning for pre-order in end of March and delivery out to retail and to customers in April.
Now if I'm already running the DVR recording engine on another, let's say I like my NAS box, I want to keep that in place, but maybe I'm running out of space or whatever, would this work with the NAS box the same way, or it's kind of one of, okay.
It will. So like right now today, you can have a NAS box, you can have a USB hard drive and your PC hard drive. You know, you make one the primary that it records to.
Okay.
As long as they're active and on the network, you can still draw from those. It still allows you that ability. So it's going to work the same way. We'll do some new tweaks in the software to change how it automatically goes over. Everything is still a .ts file, so those files can actually be, you can take those and put them onto your iPad, put them onto your laptop, take them with you.
How would you get them off? Is it
just do a file transfer.
Oh, so it'll work like a NAS box would?
Exactly.
You'll see it on the network.
Yes.
So you've got file sharing built in also.
Yes.
Oh, cool. So it's really just a NAS that is a single purpose kind of NAS.
Exactly. So it's so we don't want to confuse it with a NAS box. It's a network attached storage module, or network attached DVR module, if you will. And it specifically works with HDHomerun. So right now today, these are not planned to be able to work with Plex or any other.
But you can point Plex at the directory.
But you can point them to them as you do today. So, but this gives you the ability to be able to record again over to OTA, cable content, and premium TV content.
What I like about this is one of the, it's not a knock against the product. I think what your products always appeal to people like me that like to engineer their own system, which you can do. I think for a lot of consumers, the out-of-the-box solution where I can buy this, I can plug it in, and I'm done. Might have some appeal versus.
Yeah, I mean, we were a live TV tuner first, to be able to let you buy it, try it, play with live TV. Do you like it? Maybe record to a PC hard drive, try it out, free, you probably have one, and then grow your own as you like to. And the biggest question is, why not an all-in-one solution box? Now, with the addition of premium TV throughout last year, and having the storage, now we are a true all-in-one box that gives the cord cutter the ability to watch their over-the-air content, their premium TV content, and store it and watch it at their terms.
And when are these coming out?
So they're in production.
So they're actually in the factory getting put together.
Yeah, all the POs, all the parts are being ordered right now.
Right.
I'm actually heading to Asia immediately after CES.
You're going to watch them being made.
I'm going to watch them in the process, make sure everything's going through.
Yeah.
So and right now it's scheduled to be released and shipped out of Asia the end of March and ready for April delivery. So as soon as that shipment is ready and scheduled, we'll start taking pre-orders so that process can happen and we can get those pre-orders processed and then all those pre-orders take care of and they're shipped
so people
in the
can
first
order
days.
in March and be ready to
Exactly.
go when it releases.
Yep.
So let me ask you one other question because I'm sure people are like, there's something else.
One other thing might be something to talk about. Yeah. So
let's talk about this thing. So I am waiting for this. I think
I'm waiting for it.
And here's what's funny because people don't realize that you're not a cord cutter either. You're a cord shaver like I am. Right?
My house doesn't allow me to be. I think
you get nothing over the air.
I think I get 1.5 channels. And you get 2.
I get 2. Yeah, exactly, and all the sideband stuff, but not a lot. So the HDHomerun Prime is what I've been using. I still get a lot of traffic on my video every day.
Over 1 million, right? I mean, you're well over 1 million now.
That one's over 1.5 million, and then the other one that I've made more recently is now picking up the traffic from the other one. So. This box is a 6-tuner box, which we've been hearing about. We talked about last year.
We have been.
Some things got delayed because we were hoping to see it middle of this past year,
right?
And it's still. So it looks like this stuff is done. Is this the focus?
This is the focus. So basically, with the HDHomerun Prime 6, as we're calling it, it takes that flagship product that we always had, the Prime, which was our 3-tuner model. That thing just continued to sell like crazy for years and years. It just hit the point to where the guts weren't available anymore. We couldn't make it anymore. So we wouldn't have stopped making it while this is still going if that was the case. If we could still make it, we would still be making it today.
So right now you can't get a new Prime 3 anywhere.
You can't get a new Prime 3 anywhere. You can probably buy one on eBay for, if people are entrepreneuristic, they'll probably putting them up there for a lot of money because they're well sought after. It's one of the top things that we request. But as you said, I am a user because I can't be a cord cutter in my house. I can be a cord shaver. Certainly I use premium TV. And when we came out with premium TV, early on a few questions, is that are you going premium TV route and not the HDHomerun Prime route? Not at all. HDHomerun Prime, I have a prototype in my house. Nick has a prototype in his house. We have them in the office. Things are still working out very well. Other things last year came in. I mean, we needed to, continue the process here. Other products came out that, that were in this space. And as you can see, I mean, 2 tuners with a full 1 terabyte and a completely smaller compact size than other things that may be out there. Hard drive built right in. It was important for the whole growing cord cutters, but we're not by any means abandoning our cable concept customers, and me being one of them. So. We're going to continue this. This will be coming out this year. I'm not going to talk about dates right now because that's something I'd be very cautious of. But we're a lot closer than we were, and yes, it's the focus now. And certainly, if anything else, we're working on ATSC 3.0 stuff as well. We'll be in that space. And as we get closer to both of those coming out, we'll certainly talk more about it, and you'll be one of the first to know, certainly, on that.
So it's a to be continued. But,
it's a to be continued.
But it's closer now than it was.
Yeah, it's closer now than it was a year ago,
Yep.
and some of the things that got in front of it are now done and passed, and we can reshift that focus. Me being one of the biggest pushes for that.
Right, because you want it for yourself.
I want it for myself.
And I think it's important too that you're not a huge. People think you're this huge company because you're in Best Buy, you're in Amazon, you're selling millions of these tuners, but you're not a huge company. So how do you prioritize? Is it just the fact that these things were in the pipeline and you run into issues
And we spent the last couple of years on a lot of software. So we didn't do a hardware spin. We did we're working on the DVR when we first went to our own DVR service. Then we jumped back into hardware and got Jed 5 out. With the Duo and the Quattro and got those out. And then premium TV came in. So when we shift gears, there's a team shift for all of that.
Right.
So we don't have the type of huge engineering teams that an Amazon may have. So we're not even close to that.
Right.
But we have, when we do stuff, we do it well, we do it elegant, we do it sleek, and it just works. I mean, you still have one of the original Primes. I have two of the pre-production Primes in my house, and they just still work.
Yeah, mine 5 years later is still cranking away, and never had a problem with it.
I mean, some people that have, pre-silicon dust incorporated, units of the Gen 1 still are in the field working. And the Gen 2 that launched when we launched in 2007 officially are still in the field and working. And they work with ClearQAM and they work with OTA. So, and we still support all of them, and we'll continue to support the Prime ongoing. And when the Prime 6 comes out, it doesn't mean the Prime 3 customers are going to be abandoned if they want to keep those products. It's still going to work.
And if the Prime customer wants the DVR, they can get the box without the tuner.
Exactly. It's because this is not limited to cord cutters for either one of these. Even if you bought the Scribe Duo.
Oh, right. You could get tuner access now.
You now have OTA tuners.
Right, which you can pair up with.
And you can record, still 4 streams, but you can record those on here. And the beauty of what's happening with cable TV, and when the Prime 6 comes out, most cable providers are going in and putting all their HD and H.264. So people ask, are you going to put transcoding on the new Prime? Really is not as necessary as it was before.
Right, because it all comes in essentially transcoded already.
Exactly, so which is even better.
Right, and it works out a lot easier on slower devices too that don't or the devices don't have MPEG-2 transcoding done. And there's been some progress this year too with DRM. So I know Android TV has it now, because I think that was not in place yet last year. Right, for viewing. So,
and when it launches, of course, it'll launch with the record and playback capability as well. Right now, we're just, it's you can view it on an iPad, you can view it on an iPhone, you can view it on Android, on like NVIDIA Shield and Windows 10, Xbox, all of that. So that's all functioning and functioning well.
Right.
So that was very important to get. And then that gave us the pause and the shift to some of these other things right here. So.
And last question, because people ask me this all the time. I never thought about power consumption, but I've been looking at my electric bill lately, and it's been getting. So when you look at one of these things, what do these consume power-wise to have on and running all the time?
A whopping 7 watts.
7 watts. So it's the equivalent of probably less than what a typical larger NAS would be.
Oh yes.
Which those typically are what, 12, 14, or whatever. And then if I look at the Amazon product, they've got that integrated quad-core thing. What does that consume?
That one I think it's got a big power brick and everything else. It's a 48 watt.
Okay, which is max, but still these things are a lot more power sipping than.
Yeah, and I don't know if you've held one of those in your hand, but the size-wise, I mean they're about the size of this box here, and we're this size right here. So it's
smaller, tucked out of the way. And
it's the difference between a reference design, build and our own in-house design. That's what we do well, and we're very good about what we do from a complete design, circuit design all the way to the final design.
So you're not buying somebody's board and just putting a case around it. You're building it.
We actually do it all from scratch. It may take us a little bit longer, but it works well. And as all of our users know, you plug it in and it just works.
Right. Yeah.
So
cool. Well, I hope I can add this to my fleet, because if I get this and I get another cable card, I can get 9 from what
you can get 9 exactly.
Not that I watch that much, but I could.
But you can record that much.
Right.
Yeah. So and you still have a NAS. So I have a 48 terabyte NAS too.
Okay.
So but again, the whole concept is that's when you really start to grow. This is the out of the box, first time user, full solution. You can record. 1 terabyte gets you 150 hours of over-the-air HD content, 1,000 hours of premium TV storage.
Right.
You add you add the Servio, triple that.
Right.
Servio alone is 300 and 2,000.
Wow.
So that's a lot of storage right there.
Cool. Well, I look forward to playing with everything.
Yeah.
And you'll keep us posted on this one?
I'll keep everyone posted. It's still the #1 request we get, which we're actually very glad that it is, because that's my favorite product. I love the cord cutting solution. I love the whole concept. And if I could do it, I probably would in my own home. But right now, I need cable TV because of where I live, and I love the Prime. And I love the following of the Prime, too. And that's really important.
You said interest has actually kicked up on this since the premium.
When we issued premium TV, we thought that people might, number one, we knew that they would say, "Are you abandoning it?" And we've proven that we're not. But they also, we thought that there would be a less interest in it. It's actually increased the interest in it because yes, people are cutting the cord. There's millions of people doing that. but there's even more millions who are not.
Right.
So we love to have solutions for everybody. Cord cutters, cord shavers, whatever you're looking for, we want to be able to give that solution and opportunity, and not just tie it to our ecosystem, which we feel is even better now, but it gives you the choice also. Customer choice is important to us.
Cool. All right, well, keep me posted.
Definitely.
And we'll just, every time you update me, I'll update everybody else.
There
and
you
we'll
go. Yep.
Go
Yep.
on from there. So terrific. Well, look, this is cool. I think this is gonna do well.
Yeah, it's very good. And again, we are a network attached tuner company. It's obvious we would just do a network attached storage module as well. It just fits right in the ecosystem. It's plug and play.
Cool. All right. Well, looks like you had a big year and another big year to come. It's never easy as a small company, but
Yep.
you're getting there, and I'm looking forward to playing with some new stuff this year. So.
Still having fun every day.
Great. Well, thank you very much for your support of the channel over the years. It's
Thank
been
you, Lon.
appreciated.
Yep.
And we'll come back hopefully next year and do this again with some more stuff to talk about next year.
Looking forward to it. There'll definitely be more.
Excellent. Thank you very
All right.
much.
Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, everybody.
This channel is brought to you by the Lon.TV supporters, including gold level supporters Chris Allegretta, the Four Guys with Quarters podcast, Tom Albrecht, and Kalyan Kumar. If you want to help the channel, you can by contributing as little as $1 a month. Head over to lon.tv/support to learn more. And don't forget to subscribe. Visit lon.tv/s.